From the Oklahoma newsroom, this is an OU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Ryan Aber. Ryan, a big test, obviously, for the Sooners this weekend against Ohio State. But a lot of questions come down to Mike Stoops. Obviously two Ohio boys and Bob Stoops, Mike Stoops. But what is Mike Stoops' defense going to do against this offense that is a seemingly probably more talented version of Houston from a couple weeks ago? A lot of pressure on Mike Stoops this week, it would seem.
Yeah, no doubt about it, especially after that performance against Houston. They actually did good getting after Houston quarterback Greg Ward Jr., but their coverage was susceptible. They let Ward escape for long enough where he found holes in OU's coverage. They've got to change things, and I think the biggest difference between this offense and the offense that Ohio State runs is Curtis Samuel, the versatile running back, but lines up a little bit everywhere. He's going to put pressure on OU's coverage the way that nobody on Houston did. It's not an automatic, cornerback versus wide receiver matchup like we saw in the Houston game. It's linebackers have to get involved. It's safeties and on and on. So they're going to have to do some different things in this game to be successful. Is it good that they got that first dose of it against Houston and they can adjust? I think so overall, because you can adjust, and Ohio State hasn't seen those adjustments.
Right, and I guess the flip side is that as well. Mm-hmm. Ohio State does have some film on you, but at the same time, we already know it's going to be some different personnel in the secondary. We've already seen evidence of that. Dakota Austin not playing at all against Louisiana Monroe until the second half. A good dose of young guys playing in that secondary. So personnel looks like it's at least shifting for the Ohio State game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Bob Stoops on Monday said that cornerback spot was still open for evaluation between Dakota Austin, the freshman Paris Cobb, and Micaiah Quick, who doesn't classify as a young guy. He's a senior,
right,
but he's young in that position. Hasn't played it very often. They got him in the rotation really early against Louisiana Monroe. He could play a factor in this. And I also think if Will Johnson comes back, obviously he's a threat. He's a guy who could be asked to cover Samuel quite a bit. And Caleb Kelly, who had a really good performance against Louisiana Monroe. Now, it's just Louisiana Monroe, but to see that five-star freshman perform the way he did in his first collegiate action was encouraging.
Is there any one position that is going to make the difference on this defense, either win or lose? Is it too simplistic to say it's those cornerbacks, or is it somebody else that really has to be the difference maker on this defense?
I really think it's those outside linebackers with what they have to do, both getting after the quarterback and in coverage, especially against a guy like Samuel. Mm-hmm. So I think if Will Johnson plays, he's the key in this defense, or Caleb Kelly, or another guy, the other guys that have played there, Capri Doucette, who played extensively against Louisiana Monroe.
All right, good stuff. Thanks, Ryan. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.